Hey, coffee cuties. We are back with another banger. And today we are back with another reaction video where I give my raw and unfiltered opinion about viral topics surrounding coily natural hair. And today we definitely have a banger indeed because we have a girl on TikTok who is basically saying that the downfall of the natural hair community is when we stop using hair grease. So we're going to go ahead and play this video because do you think that hair grease is slowly making a comeback? Because I am seeing more and more conversations surrounding hair grease and the reasons why we stopped using it and how our hair was so much healthier beforehand. So let's go ahead and put it on full screen and see what your girl has to say and come back with more.
The downfall of the natural hair community was really when we stopped using grease. I started using that $5 tub 2 months ago and my life changed. Before this, for about 2 years, I would not put any type of oil or butter in my hair, convinced that oils would ruin my hair. I swear I heard my hair say thank you, being dehydrated for so long. I shampoo my hair, I'm not afraid to clarify it, and I'm not heavy handed with grease. So I found that it is wonderful in terms of moisture retention. Like if I put it in my hair is going to be moisturized for like 4 days, which doesn't happen. But yeah, have any of you all tried grease and how do you like it on your hair? The downfall.
Alrighty, so it sounds like she may have went through the whole no oils, no butter movement, which, as we know by now, was completely called out by multiple creators. Multiple women came forward and basically talked about how their hair was so dry and brittle. A lot of people, unfortunately, lost a lot of hair. A lot of people had to do big chops. It's so many creators on YouTube. I covered that with my interview with African hair guy Shelly V, Rosalie Amelia is two that come to my mind off the top of my head. But also, Jen is doing, she's a natural hair creator as well, doing a deep dive on the no oils, no butters movement. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, be sure to follow all those wonderful creators. Again, if you go to the live section on my channel in the interview with African Hair God, I listed all the creators who basically put that on blast. But nevertheless, even if you did not follow the no oils and no butters movement, it did feel like the natural hair community was definitely against just hair grease like what we used to use back in the day. I don't know what that was about, but I know even recently in the natural hair community, there was a push on so many different products, but rose water being one. Now, I do think rose water is good more for locks, but when it comes to natural, loose, natural, coily hair, which I have, I use rose water after being recommended to use rose water to hydrate my hair from a actual licensed professional. And unfortunately, it caused the pH of my hair to be so off balance and my scalp was filled with just flakes and dry dandruff. And I'm not one to suffer from dandruff whatsoever. I actually posted a video about it on my TikTok. So be sure to go to the bio so you can check that video out. But yeah, I again never suffer from dandruff at all. My hair does get a little dry. So that's been my biggest downfall when it comes to just making sure, what is the challenge that I have with my hair basically is dryness. But again, all that dandruff would go to show that sometimes sticking to what you know, the rivers and the lakes that you used to is sometimes the best method because I definitely, after my scalp was going through all of that, I started using hair grease on my scalp a little bit more, and my scalp does not have the dandruff that it used to have. I also have to use apple cider vinegar mixed with my shampoo and just different methods. If you want to know all about that, be sure to leave down below how I got rid of that on my scalp. But yeah, so I definitely can see that. And I definitely feel like a lot of women, whether we were perm or natural back in the day, we had healthy hair with using less products, not all these trendy things that are on the market today. As we know, too, hair grease has a lot of great benefits, such as being a sealant to really seal in that moisture. It just protects and soothes the scalp, which I can 100% be a witness to because again, that rose water tore up my scalp. Leave down below if you use rose water as a loose natural and what your experience has been, because I've seen a few people having this conversation, but I need to do a whole separate video about it because we really need to ring the alarm on that. But also, we know hair grease has been stated to really prevent breakage. And of course, you don't want to just OD on the grease because anything too much can be bad as well. So you definitely have to make sure that you're clarifying your scalp. Your at least like once a month, I would say. Again, I talked about this as well with African Hair God on our interview, where he went down the facts about using hair grease and how to clarify your hair and what best clarifying shampoos and just the best methods when it comes to all of that. So yes, you will have to clarify. You don't want to be OD with the grease, but I think that a little bit of grease, like she said, 4 days, every 3 to 4 days is good. Not just using globs and globs, but just enough to keep your scalp hydrated. Again, it even makes your hair shiny, all of that. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of grease. But again, let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and see what a few people have to say. I never fell for the don't use oils on your hair propaganda. So me personally, I didn't either. I was never a follower of the no butters, no oils movement. Thank God my hair is already, like I said, dryness is the biggest thing that I definitely have to have a lookout for. So if I would have followed that trend, I probably wouldn't even have any hair right now. So someone else said, I started using Blue Magic and pink oil again. Don't even know why I stopped. So when it comes to pink oil moisturizer, I don't know about that. Leave down below if you still are using that in 2025. I just remember it had a very distinctive smell. I didn't really think that it was super beneficial, but I did, in fairness, have a perm at that time. I don't know how it interacts with natural hair, but again, if you have natural hair and you are using pink oil moisturizer, let me know if it's working for you. And then someone says, I think it's great for high porosity hair, low porosity, not so much. So yes, let me know. So I have low porosity hair personally, and I do like grease, but again, I like it, used in moderation. I don't just OD on the grease and all of that. But if you have high porosity hair, let me know how it interacts with your hair as well. I started using Blue Magic again. So, yes, so many people are back on the grease wave. We are again just going back to the basic, not following all these trends and new methods and all this extra stuff in order to keep our natural hair hydrated and moisturized, because that for coily natural hair is going to be basically the main important thing in order to keep our hair healthy is to keep it moisturized. So yes, a lot of people are just going back to what they knew, what they know, what they love, and I'm loving it actually, because we are saving coins. We're not just following any and everything on the market in order to have healthy hair, making it seem like we got to go through all of this, spend thousands and thousands of dollars. It's really not that deep. It's a lot more simpler than people try to let it on to be, and I'm glad more and more people are speaking out about it. The downfall of the natural hair community is when lazy braiders tell you to come in with no product. Let me go ahead and delete that. No product on your hair with your hair blow dry, only for them to gob an insane amount of edge control that dry your hair out even more. But Blue Magic loves my hair. So yes, let's talk about that. So yes, I don't know how braiders are telling you to come with your hair blow dried with no heat protected, no nothing. And then yes, they are slobbing a lot of that gel, braiding gel, holding gel, and all that, not having the health of the hair in mind at all. That's another good thing that grease can be used for. Even if you have locks, for example, you can do full on retwist with just grease. Like I know African Hair Guy, he co-signs a couple greases on his channel. Be sure to check it out so you can know which ones. But yes, you can do retwist with grease. You don't need all that extra gel. And I can imagine if you could do a retwist with grease. I have not personally tried to braid with grease, but I'm sure that it will work just fine as well, because actually when I do my own hair, I don't use a ton of like gels and things like that. So yeah, even on my own hair. So I can imagine that you can just use a grease kind of to hold the hair in place, similar to what you are attempting to do when you're globbing that gel all over your hair. Because yes, unfortunately, a lot of the braiders do not have hair health in mind. They just want the style to look good. But in 2025, we are also prioritizing the health of our hair first, and not just the style, and definitely not just the length. But I am definitely curious to know what everyone thinks. Have any of you went back to hair grease? And if so, what has your experiences been with hair grease? Do you like it? Don't like it? What are some of your routines that you use if you use hair grease, so we can prevent buildup? Because that is something that can happen if you're not careful, if you're not clarifying your hair, if you're using too much and things like that. So be sure to drop those routines so us in the fully natural hair community can have healthy hair in 2025 and beyond. Also, before you leave, be sure to check out the bio. I have so many cool things going on. Coffee Cutie mugs are on sale. Also, check out my TikTok. I'm dropping exclusive content over there pretty much daily at this point, where I talk about all things cool natural hair, making it the priority even over on TikTok as well. Email me any ideals that you have for the channel. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I don't know why YouTube is hanging on your girl, but we've been in the 9,000s for a long, long time. We are slowly creeping up to 10K. We're so close. I think we're like 100 some people away. So continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for the support and comments and love that I get day in and day out on the channel. But this is the end of this video. So until next time, see ya.